Welcome back, guys, to Mr. Weather Forecast here with a small video update, guys. Now, as you all know, we also have a new activity that you guys have not been expecting. So, let's get started with the intro. So, we are taking a look at Tropical Storm 15 formating in the northern Atlantic or in the tropics, as the National Hurricane Center has issued Tropical Storm 15, which may be possible to form. What are the chances for some of them to work, and what are possible chances to make out of it? So without further, let's get started with today's video. So welcome back, guys, to Mr. Weather Forecast here. I'm Mr. Weather Forecast here, meteorologist Joshua Hernandez here. As you all know, we also have a lot of activities going on. As you all know, the U.S. has been calming down for a while, but the tropics are still firing up as we still want to make sure we are not going down with this, guys. But not to worry, this will not hit the US, but this will probably make a few impacts, which we will have to make sure we're on the lookout for it. So without further, let's get started. So we're here with the satellite imagery. As you can see, there is blobs going on down here. As you can see, all this blob going on down there is a lot of rain and disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Now, Mr. Weather Forecast, can you tell me what does the blob stands for? These stands for disorganized showers and thunderstorms, also known as satellite. And if you're thinking these are rains, this is actually the heavy clouds. If the clouds are that heavy, it's dark and white, and that's meaning that it's actually heavy clouds. But if they're in the lighter zone, that's meaning that it's less heavy. Well, not clearly because these are the clouds, these are the rains, how much is going on. But still, a lot of satellite imageries are still making sure that we are watching this. But still, we without proof, we still gotta make sure we are proving this right. So this is the current path of Tropical Storm 15. As you all know, it is now 80, or not 80, but it's like supposed to be like a tropical storm, maybe something else, but still we still have a few chances. Like, what are the chances for this storm to become a very destructive storm? So, as you all know, this is the 5 day outlook. As you see, this is the current 5 day. As you see, it's currently moving in the northwest or the west or the northwest at 9 knots to 10 miles per hour. So this one is moving a little bit slowly than I expected, but still on 35 knots and 40 miles per hour with this maximum sustained winds. But still, we still got to make sure we're on the lookout. Now, on the arrival time or cyclone status, you can see that this is the current time. As you can see at 8 p.m. on Sunday, which is about to, it's still right here, but all this area is under tropical storm, and these areas are under tropical storm watches. So if you guys are anywhere in these areas, are under tropical storm watch. But later it will form into a hurricane going on here at 2 a.m. on Wednesday, and then it will end it on 2 p.m. on Wednesday. So anyone else who are in these areas must take cover because this will head down here somewhere, maybe in the Guatemala, Belize, and El Salvador, Honduras, anywhere else who are in Mexico may be experiencing yet again, a few storms, but still, it won't be that too destructive. But it will be a subtropical depression going on in Belize, Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, anywhere else who are in these areas are still maybe under tropical storm watches, but we still gotta make sure because conditions are favorable for development of tropical storms, even hurricanes as well. So we're still gonna make sure you guys are updated. This is also Hurricane Edition, episode 16. That I forgot to say it on the intro, but still, we want to make sure you guys are up to date. Now, if we take a look on satellite imagery on the tropicaltidbits.com, which if you guys wanted, link in the description down below will be provided there. So as you can see, there is the blob's current activity. You can see it's still down there and it's still hanging down as it goes further. But right here, there's a lot of blobs going on, which is meaning that's just rain going on in the distance. But there's nothing to be concerned about anywhere on these areas. But still, we are still going to make sure we're on the lookout. But we also want to make sure we are looking at something. You see all this activity going on, that's just rain, but that's not only that. We go backwards because look, Look at that. We go further, you can see that that storm is forming right there. You can see the L down there. You can see the L is right down there. But that's not only but that's the case. But that's not only just that case. If we go further, you can see it's heading there, but it will dissipate as it goes further, maybe somewhere in Wednesday in the afternoon. So that is where current activities could be ending up. Maybe not that catastrophical since it's a subtropical storm that will be formating. But what are the chances, guys? What are clearly the chances for more tropical storms formating in November? Will it formate in November or will it just stop making them on October? We do not know. But still, it is the most rarest season of all time. November instant karma for the tropical storms. But still, what are the chances? So, we're going to take a look at the radar, but on a different one, we're going to use on a different one called the vorticity, or the potential vorticity going on here. As you see, we go further, you see this is the current tropical storm. You can see down there that there it is, right down there. But not only that, this storm is still going on. But wait, on the U.S., you can see right here on the U.S., there is a low pressure or low pressure activity. As you can see what the L stands for, which meaning low pressure going on. If you go further, you can see that there is still activities going on in the U.S., but we still gotta make sure we're on the lookout. But that's not only the case. The only case we have to worry about is this. So we're gonna put this on height anomaly or 5 millibars height anomaly for the storm. But that's not only the case. We're just gonna use uh the wind shears, the wind velocity activity. So with this one, if you guys see further, we're gonna go backwards so you guys do not like get like far behind or anywhere else. So since we go backwards and backwards where we want to go. So as you can see that tropical storm down there. This is where worst case scenario starts. So we go backwards on October 30th. If we go further, maybe somewhere by Wednesday, like somewhere around Thursday, you can see this may be concerning, but this storm is still hiding from its track under the radar. And if we go further, you can see that it's reformating and turning into a hurricane, hitting in Guatemala or anywhere else in these areas. As it goes further, you can see this one is heading, but later it will dissipate as it goes further. So you may experience a few heavy rains, but it won't be that too tough for rain to damage your home unless if there is flash flooding. My only concern could be flash flooding because flash flooding can also be destructive. It's more destructive than tornadoes because water can drown you. It can destroy the homes, destroy anything else in its path. But still, you guys still need to be on the lookout for any storms that are still active. So we gotta make sure we still are active and aware about the storm since there is still going to be not much going on in the future. But still, what are the possible chances for more storms? But that's not it because there is another one down here. Down here, you can see on this one, you can see that there is another tropical storm that's formating and is heading for somewhere around here, but it later dissipates. But there's another one formating up here somewhere in November. So November may have the rarest a month for tropical activity. So this is the rarest month we ever experienced. And is in the US, you can see that there's low pressure going on down there, which is probably injecting from the juice from dew points, heavy rain, and even hail. But if you go further, you see that there's a lot and lots of storm powering up in the US, but more and more war going on in the tropics, which is known as tropical war. And I don't mean like real war, I mean like like a lot of storms still active, but still, you guys are still going to be under the lookout for any tropical storms going on in the areas. But still, we will maybe encountering a few tropical activities going on in Guatemala, anywhere else like Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Belize, anywhere else in these areas. You may be expecting a few tropical storms that are mid powerful to lower, but still, it is still a case for some few storms to be active. So this will conclude with my short update, guys. But we got one final video to discuss. My official merchandise store. This is my merch, and as y'all know, I've updated my merchandise. So now, not only we have Mr. Weather forecast shirts and Gladian sweatshirts, but we also have new clothing. And what are the clothings? Storm Raider polo shirts. Not only that, we also have headwear as well. If you guys buy this one, this is Storm Raiders hat, a hat that works for you. If you wear like a hat, you're like a Storm Raider staff member. Because if you guys are, you guys are. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for watching this commercial, which you guys will get it. But still, the commercial has not ended yet. So still, if you guys want to buy it anywhere else, all you need to do is click the link down in the description down below. I will provide one down here in the description. So thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, Storm Raiders rock and Storm Raiders go.